Hello, my friends. This is Dr. Ginny Barrow. When I began my career back in 1991, I had zero clue that there was something called an executive coach or career coach out there. And I don't even know if they existed back in 1991. Today, when one of my clients, Jeanette, said to me, Ginny, gone are the days when we have to do this by ourselves. I couldn't agree with her more because I remember for over 25 years before starting Executive Bound, I needed to figure things out on my own. And I relied on mentors that I met along the way who kindly guided me, gave me their advice, and the sponsors, usually my managers, who help to show me the way and open doors and windows for me to walk through and crawl across. And if it hadn't been for those people and my own efforts to continue to make myself in high demand, I don't know exactly what would have happened to me. Now, the way that I made myself in high demand was by continuing to grow myself professionally. And one of the avenues that I took, in addition to taking on new roles, was to continue to go to school at nights and attend graduate schools while I was working full time. I saw two advantages. One, the companies were offering tuition reimbursement. And I thought to myself, if I don't do something with this, I am leaving money on the table. The other one was that I knew I wanted to continue to grow into a leadership role. As soon as I graduated college, I knew that I wanted to be in leadership. It was a passion for me, and it was very much aligned with my personality and how I'm always looking to impact the environments that I'm in. And so for me, going to graduate schools to earn my master's degrees would be a way for me to put keys in my pocket. And my dad was a huge influencer in my life. He kept saying, Ginny, every time you continue to advance your learning and your capabilities to understand problems, to solve them, and to expand the knowledge that you have about technology and the business, you're going to be putting keys in your pocket. And every one of those keys will open doors and windows for you. And that's what I did for as long as I can remember. I worked full time, and at night, usually twice a week, I would go to graduate schools at night. I went to Rutgers Business School to earn my MBA. I went to NJIT, the New Jersey Institute of Technology, to earn my master's in computer science. And I spent 10 years pursuing my PhD in information systems at NJIT. While I was doing that, my dissertation committee fell apart year 7 of my PhD, and I could have easily thrown in the towel and said, "That's it, I'm done. I can't take this anymore." And I thought that if I did that, I would be wasting 7 years of my life, and at the end, have nothing to show for it. So I stuck with it. And my friend Karen helped me connect with my new dissertation chair and co-chairs. And thanks to them, Dr. Alok Chakrabarty and Fadi Deek at NJIT and Rutgers, I was able to finish my PhD in 2009. Now, if you worked with me at my previous company, you definitely saw me go to work every single day, leave work, get to school the night that I had school, get home, and toward the end of my degree, when I graduated in 2009, I already had my son Kyle. So he was 2.5 years old when I graduated in 2009. That means for over 2.5 years, I took a little break when I had him in May of 2007. I took a break through December of 2007, and I was back at it again, finishing my dissertation. I was a wife, I was a mother, I had a full time job, and I was pursuing my PhD because I knew that that would be a key that I put in my pocket to help me in my future in my career. And all throughout this time, I am going through the ranks in the organization. I became a systems manager when I earned my master's in business. Then I continued at Alliance as a software engineer. Then I moved to the company where I spent almost 17 years, and I took on multiple leadership roles across the organization, all the way to reporting to the Chief Information Officer, Mike, who was also my sponsor, and became a director among other 7 directors who reported into Mike. The reason why I'm sharing this story with you is for one, to kind of share who I am and why what I do today matters so much to me. Back when I started in 91, there was no support. I had to do this by myself and surround myself with whomever was around who could provide some guidance. Today, things have changed drastically. We have this thing called leadership coaches, executive coaches, career strategists who can help us accelerate and learn what we don't know much faster. So you don't have to struggle and keep hitting walls over and over again, or perhaps rely on your friends who are not professionals and who don't have the bandwidth or the know how to support you in making a career transition, in creating a roadmap for your next promotion, or helping your leadership teams be high performing, working well together, rowing in the same direction. These are all the topics and issues that we help solve for our clients, individuals, organizations, and the Fortune 500 companies that we've had the pleasure to partner with. You have your story, and you have dealt with so many challenges throughout your entire career. Some of them easier, some of them harder, and some of them were very personal, where your life was changed and shaken at the core, such as the time when my father passed away from an illness where he had lung cancer for a short period of time. And that was a very painful time for my family. He was my rock. He was one of my biggest supporters. And losing my father when I was 33 in 2002 a big was a big deal for me and very painful. And I was surrounded by an amazing team, my leadership, my team, my friends at work, who really helped me through that tough time. I also went through a horrendous divorce that most of you have who know me have heard about, and I stopped talking about it quite a while ago because, quite frankly, the story was getting old. So I moved on. I was getting divorced for almost 5 years, and that was an extremely emotional and taxing time of my life. The people at work made it easier. My family made it easier to go through that. If you are in a situation right now where you find yourself either isolated, feel like you may be dealing with something all by yourself, and feel that you really don't have anyone to go to who can help you, who can give you some guidance, I want you to know that you're not alone. And Executive Bound is here specifically to help people like you, to help women who are making their way in the science, technology, engineering, math fields, STEM fields, women who are in primarily male dominated fields like I was in financial services and technology, and environments where many times as women we feel like the only, like the first, and that has its own sets of challenges. So if this is you, no matter where you are in this spectrum of your career seasons, I want you to know that you can come to us and that we exist because I am passionate about paying it forward and providing for our partners and clients the support that I wish I had when I was starting my career, when I was growing my career, when I was looking to advance and get promoted so that my family could have financial well-being, emotional well-being, and spiritual well-being. And so I'm here. If you want to connect, you can always find me at callwithginny.com. We are here to support you and to support your leaders and your talent within your organization to grow. We're here to support you with events that you may have coming up where you need a transformational speaker who happens to be a leadership coach, who happens to also be a career strategist, and to support your talent in owning their careers, in showing up for themselves, and you providing these resources of training is an extremely generous offer that you make to all your talent. And let's help them take action so that their lives and careers can improve and they can move forward and make progress, which is when people feel satisfied, when they're making progress. I always love this analogy, which is what happens if we train our people and they leave, and the response to that is, what happens if you don't train your people and they stay? That's a scary proposition to have people who are not prepared to deal with the changes that are coming our way, to be nimble, to be growth minded. And then what do we do with them, right? What do we do with them? That's the position we don't want you to be in. And so we're here to support you. You can always find me at callwithginny.com, and remember to visit us at executiveboundevents.com to find out what we're up to. I'll see you soon.